or you're taking the same route every day to work, but for some reason or another, you missed your turn.
Yeah.
I mean, you take it every day, but that particular day, you spaced it, you were thinking of something else, whatever it was, you just missed that turn.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's a reason for that.
And what sparked my memory when you were talking about that, look at 9/11 on the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
All the stories you hear of people are like, you know what, I'm never late, but I was late that day.
What are some of the ways that they can make that influence?
I've written things down because these are just a few of the things that came right off the top of my head once we knew we were going to do this topic. And of course, one I'm going to start out with, but I'm not going to get too detailed. They literally can move parts of your body. I have had spirits move my head, and I could feel a hand literally shove my head and move my legs. So when you see some of these ghost stories, where, ghost hunters where they get pushed down the stairs or something, I can assure you that is true.
Now, those shows, it may not have happened, but they can, right?
Right,
Sometimes
correct.
they just, those shows.
Yeah, because I got to tell you, for many years I thought, oh, well, they can't ever touch me. Yeah, they can. So they can do that. Of course, I'm sure everyone's heard knocks on the walls and TVs going on and off and lights going on and off. Have you ever had like your TV just shut off and come on?
Yeah. I always assumed it was a bad TV, but maybe not.
Yeah. Another thing, our mom moved her entire living room furniture around. She was the only one in the house, sat there, wasn't even sleeping, just closed her eyes and opened her eyes. And within a matter of minutes, and the heavy furniture was moved all around. So yes, they can do things like that. And of course, we know, Bobby, they can manipulate electronics. How many times have we went to get on this show and I can't get on? And I would have been on my laptop, a half an hour before then, but right before the show, it won't let me on. And some of these spirits can be negative or tricksters, and some can be good.
Yeah.
But it seems like when we try to, get on this show and help people, some spirits evidently don't like me doing that because they try to booby trap a lot of things.
Wow.
And that's happened quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah. Quite a bit.
And it'll come on like 1 or 2 minutes before our show's supposed to start. Almost so, because it'll rattle me. Almost to rattle me. Which reminds me too, but everybody makes fun of me because I have this big book with all my passwords. You've seen it, Bobby, on the spiral thing. And the first page, which had a lot of critical passwords on it, was tore out. And I was working on this computer, our stuff. And I had taken it into the dining room table and I just sat it there. And then I went to work on more stuff. And sorry, my throat is getting a little dry. I've had a sore throat for several days. But went in there, and remember me telling you the paper disappeared. I searched my entire house. I dumped my trash can, everything. I still have not found that paper.
Really?
They can move things. I've had them move keys out of my purse to keep me, and this I think was a good little spirit, to keep me getting in my car because I would have been in a serious wreck. I even dumped my entire purse out. And when I say keys, this key ring had like 15 keys on it of all of the houses I cleaned for. Wasn't in there. And then all of a sudden, poof, there it is. Came back. When I went to do a meditation, I think I talked about this. I was the only one home, and I like to go in my bathroom because it's dark and there's no mirrors or windows, and kicking on the door. Somebody from my bed, like literally almost felt like it was going to kick my door down, but nobody was there. Yeah. When I do readings, because of course I do phone readings, I bet you I've had at least 75 of the calls just drop. And it's not like I'm holding my phone because I wear a headset. And then I'll have to reconnect with the person and call, and they're like, I didn't touch my phone. That happens a lot.
Really?
Yeah. And it's not like I lose service, because I can be talking to you or other people on the phone and the call doesn't drop, but it's when I'm doing the readings. Let's see.
Well, Carrie says she has a necklace laid neatly across her clothes once.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So see, they can pick up things. Let's see.
And a street light comes on and off when she walks by.
Yeah, I've heard of that a lot too. Street lights, or even the red, yellow, and green. You know, the
Stoplights.
Yeah, stoplights. And where people will come up on it and it'll seem to just turn either red all the time or green all the time. So that could be, I think her name's Carrie. That could be energy too, you know, that everything's energy.
Yeah, it is.
This was kind of fun. My husband and I were in the living room. This wasn't very long ago. And I heard a big thump, and I looked around. I couldn't find anything. And then I went into my bathroom, and this picture had fallen off the wall. But the nail was still there, but just the picture. And on that picture, it said, "Dream big." Yeah, and there were like 10 other little pictures up there, but that was the only one that had writing on it, and it fell down. So they can do
Send
things.
you a message.
Yeah. So, and that's what they do. And let's see. Yeah, so that's just some of the things that's happened to me just right off the top of my head lately that I can think of. So not only they can do that, but like they can manipulate your thoughts too. And you could be going to the grocery store, you always go the same route, and all of a sudden you'll think, I think I'll just take this different road. And you won't realize it, but that could be your spirit helpers kind of downloading, like, hey, don't take this road, or don't go to this party, because if you do, there might be a fight or something.
Or you're taking the same route every day to work, but for some reason or another, you missed your turn.
Yeah.
You take it every day, but that particular day, you spaced it, you were thinking of something else, whatever it was, you just missed that turn.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a reason for that.
And what sparked my memory when you were talking about that, look at 9/11 on the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
All the stories you hear of people are like, you know what, I'm never late, but I was late that day. Or I just thought, I'm not going in.
Yeah.
So those are, they can be big helpers. Or even like something as silly as you might be in your car or listening to the radio, and you hear a song that you just really needed to hear the words at that point. Spirit can get pretty tricky, and it can get pretty intertwined. I mean, it's like a tapestry, how sometimes it'll take several things in a row, happenings or events. And sometimes a lot of them go right over people's heads. That's why they keep giving so many.
Yeah.
But the rule of thumb is to ask. And one thing too that kind of comes up is, this was many years ago, really before I was even into this professionally. And I was still living at the mom and dad's house, and a guy came. I was going to go out on a date with him. And he was downstairs talking to mom, and I don't know who else at the dining room table. And I came down the stairs, and I remember I looked at him. It was so strange. I don't know if it was the light they had in the dining room, but it shined like black spots on his face. And I remember looking at him thinking, oh, he's ugly. You know, like I knew him. You know, it's not like it was a blind date. And I just thought, but the energy too. See, I was picking up on the energy and I didn't know it. So of course, you know me, I didn't pay attention to that. So I continued to date the guy. It was a horrible relationship. He was like mentally abusive and emotionally abusive. And, you know, had I had listened to my first gut feeling, would have saved me a lot of heartache and pain.
Yeah.
But yeah, so many times, you know, just those subtle hints too. Little things like that can make a big difference. So
you can ask for a sign or something, right?
yeah. And it doesn't have to be like, oh, show me a penny or a feather. You can say, you know, I don't know what to do with this person. You know, how should I act? Or, you know, what should I do? You may not get the answer right then, but like we said, you can get these downloads. I remember one time, this kind of sparked something up. I did a meditation. Normally when I get my messages, they're all downloaded within a matter of a second. They'll download it and I'll see pictures. And when I say I hear Irene, my guides, I hear them, but it's in my voice. It's like in my voice. It's not a different voice. I've only heard that a couple of times. And one time I sat down in a meditation and I had a question about, like, I didn't know, I don't know how to explain it without saying who it is, but I had a kind of an issue or wondered why this one person kind of acted like she didn't like me, right? And not as a friend, but it was a place I was going to for classes and stuff. Instantly, I could hear in a totally different voice, and she said, it's not her, and she gave me the name of who it was, which was this lady's partner. Like, I never knew, I would have never crossed my mind. That changed the whole game plan from then on. Just that little sentence. So yeah, if you ask, and the more specific you are when you ask, then the more detail or more specific they will be with their answer. So.
Yeah. Interesting. Carrie asked for a sign and the word marshmallow popped into her head.
Okay.
But that word was something. But
yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know exactly what it is right now. Right off, I'm not picking up anything, but but one thing I am getting from my girl is she's saying it will make sense. And here's the thing too. When you do get something like a marshmallow and you're like, I have no idea what that is. Sometimes Irene will show me something. I'm like, I have no idea. And I'll say, give me more. Give me more. I don't understand. And see right there, it was silly. Went to a friend's house.
And he had a box full of marshmallow treats.
Yeah. So it's funny how it's kind of like playing charades with spirit.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like I know how my girl works and my team, but when I'm working with other people, I don't know how they're going to give me the messages. So, I mean, my team tells them how to give it to me, like this is what she wants, but now how they present it or give it to me, it's all different.
Yeah. So.
All
right. That's a good topic. We'll close it down from there. If anybody has any other incidences where they felt spirits have communicated them or influenced their physical world, put those down in the comment section. Love to hear from them.
Yeah. What about you, Bobby?
Well, it's hard to say because, like I said, going to work every day, taking the same route, and for whatever reason, I missed my turn or
Yeah.
something like that. Or there was a time I was in the Air Force overseas. We had a football game that where we were playing on a Saturday morning, and it was like we had to be there at 10:30, in the locker room. Well, I normally get up at like 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, but by God, for some reason, I didn't get up until 11:30,
Oh my
and I
gosh.
went down there and I missed the bus. I missed that game. I
Wow.
can't help but wonder whether I'd have broken a leg or a neck or something if I
Yeah.
had actually made it. Some reason, I think spirit told me to sleep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
kind of weird.
I know it's amazing, really. And like I say too, there are ones that kind of just like people on earth. There's good ones and there's ones that maybe aren't so good. Um,
Yeah.
and that's where the protection comes in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I have at this point in my life, I look back at that and I wonder, well, somebody supernatural influenced that because I don't oversleep.
yeah,
But I went, from 8:30 is when I normally wake up to 11:30.
that's a big
And I
difference.
went to bed early because I knew I'd have to get up. But
Mhm.
it's crazy. I missed that game.